Welcome to CBTSport.net Game of the Week. Bringing you high school, college, amateur, semi-pro, and professional sports video from right here in Central Vermont. Over a decade of local Central Vermont sports video action. Get ready, because it's time for the CBTSport.net Game of the Week.
You're going to probably announce either the seniors first or the starting lineup. So I'm just going to go with what our PA announcer, Mike Douglas, does. Great crowd here at the Barry BOR for this game. Final game of the regular season for the Crimson Tide, and they will be going on the road for the playoffs. Of course, the seeding's coming out tomorrow, and it looks like the Spalding Crimson Tide will be the number 6 seed, so they will be traveling to take on the Essex Hornets, and that would be in a quarterfinal, so they will not be playing this weekend, but they will be hitting the road. So for the Spalding boys, this will be our final broadcast this season on CBTSport.net. First game, the Spalding girls winning by a score of 4-1. The Spalding girls will be playing at least one playoff game, if not 2 here at the Barry BOR, but that also won't be until next week. We'll be talking about the 5 seniors for the Spalding Crimson Tide as they are announced, but since we have some time, I can probably give you the lines that we have for the Rutland Raiders. Top unit for the Raiders, a player to watch, is number 9, Patrick Cooley. Cooley centers this top unit with Aiden Good and Cameron Ryder. Second unit is centered by Micaiah Boyle with William Alexander and Greg Olson. Third unit is Griffin Mellon with Riley Roderick and Boston Patorti.
In your Crimson Tide, Spalding.
Defensive pairs for Rutland. It is Brad Maneri will be paired with Graham Seidner. Ethan Wideawake will be paired with Anders Lokes. And it is Noah Brutomesso will get the start in goal.
Number 17, Jason Ryan.
I believe they're also announcing some of the seniors. Jason Ryan being announced. Another senior is Brad Maneri. Brad Maneri just being announced. Another senior to the crowd is number 19, Boston Patorti. And the other senior for the squad we mentioned in the starting lineup is number 21, Micaiah Boyle. Now your Spalding Crimson Tide seniors will be announced.
I will read the coach's comments. We'd ask the player to come to the red line and have a picture taken with their family. Number 16, Jameson
First being announced for the Spalding Crimson Tide is Jameson Mast.
As a 2-year captain,
Jameson Mast has been a starter for the Crimson Tide since his freshman season. And this top unit for the Spalding Crimson Tide of Jameson Mast, Jameson Solomon, and Mason Otis have been the big scorers for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Jameson Mast also the captain of this squad. Out there at center ice with his parents right now. Like to say hi to his Mimi and Papa. They always check out the broadcast down in Florida. Appreciate everyone checking out our broadcast wherever you are.
Next, Forward number 11, Jameson Solomon.
As you can hear, Jameson Solomon being announced to the crowd. That top first line of Solomon has been so key for the Spalding Crimson Tide as he takes the ice with his appearance. He's a kid that just loves and breathes hockey. And as far as improvement, I think he's probably one player that when we went through the COVID year, he found a place to play a hockey game. Played for a number of teams, whether it was in New Hampshire, whether it was trips to Maine. He just wanted to play hockey, and it certainly has showed off this season. Here is John Malnati. He'll go out at center ice with his parents, a very steady defenseman who can move the puck up the ice and definitely can score some goals. Some of the comments from the coaching crew about John Malnati. He's a 4-year member of the Crimson Tide hockey team. His commitment to improve his skill set has led him to being a staple on the blue line the past few seasons. He's better known for his defensive play, but he recently tallied 2 goals against U32, one being the game winner. And we have one more Crimson Tide player to be announced as far as the seniors go.
Next, a forward, number 18, Mason Otis.
There is Mason Otis for the Spalding Crimson Tide, plays on that top unit with fellow seniors Solomon and Mast. Otis definitely has improved his speed this season. He's one player I probably didn't see him much on the ice as a sophomore. Improved big time his junior year, but I think he grew a little bit bigger his senior year and has been very explosive on this top line. Maybe not scoring a lot of the goals, but contributing assists. He's been a 3-year member of the Crimson Tide hockey team. He scored his first Crimson Tide goal against CVU his sophomore year. And though an off-season knee injury halted participating last season, he's returned healthy. And we can't neglect the 5th one, Brady Lamberti, a 3-year member of the Spalding Crimson Tide. Lamberti was the big scorer early in the season. I remember him tallying some goals in losses against very good teams like BFA and Essex. As far as what his coaches say, his tireless work ethic has brought him great success on the ice. He's a definition of a 200-foot hockey player who uses the whole ice, has tremendous impact on both sides of the ice, whether it's a back check that saves the goal in the defensive zone or scoring a goal. And there they are. Those are the seniors for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Certainly 5 players that are going to be missed for the Spalding Crimson Tide.
Number 1, a freshman, Noah Brumesso.
Now your starters being announced for Rutland. Noah Brumesso will be in net. I'll practice that name.
Senior, number 18, Brad Mannery.
Brad Mannery, one of the starting defensemen for the Rutland Raiders.
At defense, a junior, number 13, Graham Seidner.
Graham Seidner, one of the defensive part of the pair, as he will skate with Mannery.
Number 9, Patrick Cooley.
We talked a little bit about Patrick Cooley. He's been one of the big goal scorers for Rutland this season.
A sophomore, number 5, Aiden Good.
He skates on that top unit with Aiden Good.
At left wing, a sophomore, number 23, Cameron Ryder.
Cameron Ryder, the other forward on that top unit for the Rutland Raiders. Mike Anderson, the head coach of the Rutland Raiders, and of course the Crimson Tide with co-head coaches of Chad Burke and Jason LaCroix. Crimson Tide have rotated goaltenders all season long. Ian Longfellow gets the start in this one.
At forward, a senior number 18, Mason Otis.
And the Crimson Tide will start all seniors for this game. Mason Otis being announced.
A senior number 5, John Malnati.
John Malnati skating out for the Spalding Crimson Tide.
At center, a senior number 16, Jameson Mast.
It'll be Jameson Mast along with Jameson Solomon and Brady Lamberti.
Jameson Solomon. And at right wing, a senior number 8, Brady Lamberti. The rest of the Crimson Tide, coached by Chad Burke and Jason Lacrosse, assisted by Andy Granbois, Kevin Avery, Evan Parent, and Denver Heath. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the American flag. We have a treat tonight. Spalding High School senior Sam Wilcox will now perform the national anthem on his guitar.
So we get live national anthem on the guitar this game. Pretty cool.
Tonight's officials.
Star Spangled Banner on guitar. Pretty cool, getting a fist bump from the Rutland coaching staff. Shades of Jimi Hendrix. Where for of my generation, you know what I'm talking about. If you're younger, Jimi Hendrix may go by you. He was an incredible guitarist from the day that didn't stay on this planet as long as he should have. All right, teams are going to meet around their starting goaltenders. We mentioned it is Longfellow. Ian Longfellow gets the start for the Spalding Crimson Tide, and Noah Brutamesso gets the start for the Rutland Raiders. Crimson Tide with Mast, Solomon, and Lamberti. Otis and Malnati on defense. Raiders with Cooley, Good, and Ryder, with Seidner and Mannerly on defense. Looking forward to this one, final game of the regular season, and for the Spalding boys, their final home game. They will hit the road for the playoffs to take on the Hornets. Official seedings will be coming out about noon or so tomorrow, but it's pretty well known that they will be taking on the Essex Hornets in the next round of the playoffs. Thanks a whole lot for joining us. Jim Severance along with our producer Ben Brown and Michael Deering. Players will bang their sticks and we'll drop that puck. And we are underway with high school hockey action. The all-senior line for the Crimson Tide. Malnati fires a shot quick on goal. And Brutamesso comes up with the save. Now breakout pass. Seidner off the board. Seidner that time was looking for Ryder. Ryder in the corner with Malnati. Malnati comes up with a puck for the Crimson Tide. Tries to get it over to Lamberti. Lamberti looking for a pass. Solomon almost able to break through, and Jameson Solomon will draw a penalty only 40 seconds into the game. Getting a stick in there. Raiders will go into the penalty box, and the Crimson Tide immediately go on the power play. It'll be Brad Mannery. Mannery gets a penalty. Crimson Tide on the power play. Here's Jameson Mast. High point, works it down. Now a drop pass from McNamara. Mast circles. Now it's McNamara, tries to work it over to Lamberti, back to McNamara. McNamara rings the outside of the post on that shot. Now in back of the net, Crimson Tide will try to set up. They try to throw it through the slot area, knocked down. There's a slap shot. There's a save by Bruto-Messo, and the puck is going to be cleared out. Crimson Tide will bring a second power play unit out. Thayer goes back to Mast. Now over to Arsenal. Trevor Arsenal goes over the blue line. Gets it over to Reese Thayer. Thayer in the corner. Thayer around the net. Otis gets there for the Crimson Tide. Otis circles and stops. Crimson Tide now over to Thayer. Thayer throws it out front for the redirect for Burke. Just missed. And it's going to be cleared out by the Raiders. 38 to go on the power play. Crimson Tide will reload again. Puck is going to be stolen away. Deflects in, and getting back on D, almost walking in there, was Cameron Ryder. Almost a shorthanded chance. Now long shot is going to be picked up by Downs. Downs off the boards, goes back on Malnati's stick. He'll fire it down low. Rock gets to the puck in back of the zone net. Raiders breakout pass is intercepted for a quick snapshot that goes off Bruto-Messo. I'll get that name before the game's over. Now in back of the net, they crash it. Lamberti tries to do a wraparound, throws it out front. Another shot is wide of the net, letting that one go. Actually, it was on net with Graydon Hawkins. Hawkins keeps the puck down with his stick. Now the puck is going to be fired out. Trying to bank it off the boards was Cooley. 12:02 to go, first period. Raiders have killed off a power play for the Crimson Tide. No score. Crimson Tide. Here's Otis. Otis speeds in, circles. On senior day, the senior Otis is now perched in front of the net. Almost takes the puck away. Raiders are able to clear it out. It goes over McNamara's stick. Cross ice pass looking for Riley Rodriguez, but it's going to be picked up by the Crimson Tide. Raiders will keep it in. We mentioned Ian Longfellow in net for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Here is McNamara off the boards to Arsenal. Arsenal into the zone. That shot was redirected. Second shot on Bruto-Messo goes over into the corner. Cresco will keep it down low. First to get to the puck, though, is Anders Lokes. Breakout pass is going to be chipped back in, though, by the Crimson Tides. Garrett Cameron. Now McNamara will fire it down low. Puck is going to be picked up by Lokes, and back in the net, stolen away by Camden Burke. Burke tries to dig it out of the corner. Puck is going to go back and be fired down by Cresco, Aiden Cresco. Again, he uses a high glass to fire it down. That is going to be icing on the Spalding Crimson Tide. 10:20 to go in the first period. So far, no score between Rutland and the Spalding Crimson Tide. Both of these teams will hit the road for the playoffs. Rutland, the number 8 seed, will play the number 1 seed that's looking like it will be Rice, depending on the outcome of tonight's game. Now breaking in is Ryder. Ryder lets a shot go. It goes high off the glass, trickles all the way around. It's going to be kept in the point by Seidener. And taken right back by the Crimson Tide. That gets the netting, though, as the Spalding Crimson Tide will change things up. Bring out Otis, Arsenal, and Thayer. Griffin Mellon to take the draw. Crimson Tide were looking for the breakout pass, and they do get it to Trevor Arsenal. Arsenal comes in, tries to snap one, and a nice save by Bruto Messo. Trevor Arsenal tried to snap that one up high. Probably the best scoring chance so far of this game. It's going to go back into the Crimson Tide zone. Boston Patorti will chase for the puck. Crimson Tide will get it out. Otis banks it off the boards. Puck is going to go back on a Raider stick, though, intercepted by Otis. Otis at center ice. Otis needs some help, though. Crimson Tide were on to change up. And Mellon will pick up the puck for the Raiders. His pass, though, is going to be fired in. Here's Averill Parker. Parker comes in with Tyler Booten, and Parker lets a shot go. That goes off Bruto Messo. Couple of good looks for the Crimson Tide. Here is Cresco down into his own zone. In pursuit of Cresco is Greg Olson. Cresco will fire it back down into the Raider zone. Lopes now will start the breakout for Rutland. Over center ice is Jacob Downs. Goes down into the Crimson Tide zone. Malnati will bank it around the boards. Crimson Tide touch up, though, but that'll be icing on the Spalding Crimson Tide. They will change things up, as will the Rutland Raiders. 8:15 to go, first period. No score between the Crimson Tide and Rutland Raiders. Final game of the regular season on CBTsport.net. This will be our final Spalding boys broadcast. The playoff game at Essex will be streamed, but by the Essex Streaming Company. Now Jameson Solomon heading toward the front of the net, but Seidener got back to knock that puck away. Knocked down back by the Crimson Tide's Graydon Hawkins. Puck is stolen away in back of the net by Solomon. Goes back to Hawkins, goes over his stick. A potential break here for Ryder. Ryder comes in and fires a shot. Getting a piece of it, though, was Longfellow. As Ryder came in clean. We'll have to see that on the replay. Believe he got a piece of that puck. With 7:30 to go in the first period. Quick bounce of the puck, and all of a sudden the Raiders had their best chance to take the lead this game. Faceoff is won by Rutland. Crimson Tide, though, trying to do a breakout pass. Arsenal will get there first. No, it'll be icing. Thought he got there before the end line. Well, faceoff goes back into the Crimson Tide zone. Spalding bench has a couple of questions here about what. Now they're moving the faceoff to center ice. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. Faceoff is won by the Crimson Tide. They'll fire it down low. Reese Thayer fires it down. Otis tries to work it toward the front of the net. Bouncing puck, but Thayer couldn't get a stick on it. Now the puck is knocked down. Puck is fired in by Boston Patorti. Now here come the Crimson Tide. McNamara fires it in, banks off the boards, picked up by Reese Thayer. Thayer along the boards. Crimson Tide get a change up. Thayer waiting for help up against the boards. Couple of players, including Mellon. It's going to be knocked around by the Raiders. Picked up in the corner, fired down low by Parker. It's Parker along the boards. Working it toward the front of the net, and a nice save on a quick shot from the Crimson Tide. Now Booten will try to dig it out of the back of the net. Raiders looking for the floater pass. They had number 16, which is Greg Olson, trying to gather that puck off the boards and walk in on Longfellow. Came close to connecting, but didn't connect on that. And the faceoff goes back down into the Raider zone. Lamberti on the draw. The all-senior line of Lamberti, Solomon, and Mast out there. Here's Jameson Solomon. Now he's going to drop it back to the point for a redirect through the front of the net. Trying to redirect it was Mast. Now it's Mast in back of the net. Throws it out front. No one there for the Crimson Tide. Solomon rides player into the boards. Intercepted by Jameson Solomon. Solomon gets a shot off. That goes off Bruto-Messo. Now Mast in the corner. Mast throws it right through the slot area. It's going to go back to Hawkins. Down low to Solomon. Back to Hawkins. Shot is wide of the net. It's going to trickle around. Malnati will get it for another shot. That is knocked down. Raiders able to block that one as it's knocked down by Cooley. Now Rutland tries to break in. It's Ryder. Ryder tries to get behind the defense. Lets a shot in. And Longfellow comes up with the save. Tried to break Ryder down there as he was floating out towards center ice. Getting that puck to him, creating the scoring opportunity. It'll be Boyle on the draw. Puck is kept in, shot. Longfellow with the save, a quick juggle, but then Longfellow covers it up. As two black jerseys Raiders in front of the net, including Riley Rodriguez. Slap shot goes off the pad of Longfellow by Ethan Wideawake. Wideawake in the corner, works the puck around the boards. Raiders will shuttle it back to neutral ice. Goes off the stick of Arsenault. Almost skating it is McNamara, but he gets back. And McNamara will fire it down into the Raider zone. Now it's Camden Burke, face-off circle. Burke comes in, has one shot, has a second chance at a tough angle. That went off the blocker of Bruto-Messo. Here come the Raiders the other way. Shot and a glove save by Ian Longfellow. .4:12 to go in the first period. No score between Rutland and the Crimson Tide. Burke draws the face-off towards the back of the net. Now Otis, cross-ice pass is going to go over the stick of Burke. A big hit in the far corner out of our view. I just heard the roar. It's going to go down into the Raider zone. It's Lokes now in back of the net. Puck is almost taken away by the Crimson Tide's Garrett Cameron. Now it's Tyler Booten in back of the net. Crimson Tide go back to the point for Parker. Puck is going to be taken away by the Raiders. There's a break for them. This is Olsen. Olsen's long shot. Gobbled up by Longfellow. Both teams will change things up. It'll be Patrick Cooley to take the draw for the Raiders, and coming off the draw and letting a shot go is Cameron Ryder. Ryder had a good chance for Rutland right off the faceoff of Cooley. Now picking up the puck. It's 8. Goods over the blue line. Good stops. Pass is intercepted. The Crimson Tide will go the other way. Here's Lamberti with Mast and Solomon, but Mast was just a step over the blue line. Offsides for the Crimson Tide. Spalding mixing things up a little bit, putting Lamberti on the first line and moving Otis down to the second. It's been Solomon, Mast, and Otis for a good section of the good part of the season. But changing things up this final game, getting ready for the road playoff game, which won't be for another week. There will be no playoffs this weekend in D1 hockey since there's only 8 teams in the league. Everyone goes to a quarterfinal. Puck is fired down by Graham at Seidner. Now Malnati off the boards, thrown back down low by William Alexander. Hawkins cross-ice pass is going to go off the stick of Arsenault, but he will chug in for the puck. Arsenault will pick up the puck in the corner. Puck is kept in, almost moved toward the front of the net. McNamara will fire it down. First to get there is Jacob Downs. Downs and Arsenault in the corner. Arsenault goes for the hit. Now Mast tries to fire it back to the point. Unable to connect, though, with Cameron Thayer. Raiders had to wait where they would have been offsides. Now the Crimson Tide go in. And Crimson Tide will get an offensive zone face-off as the puck is covered up by Noah Brutomesso. Senior Day, you can see some of the fans waving the big heads of the Spalding 5 seniors. Solomon maneuvers around one player, can't get around the second. Now Cresco will fire it in for the Crimson Tide. Puck is going to be picked up by Brad Mannery. Puck stolen away and back in the net by the Crimson Tide. They throw it out front. And as they do, from the back of the net, I think Jameson Mast threw that one out front to a member of the Spalding Crimson Tide. But as they're gathering control of the puck, the net was knocked off the moorings, the pins, just a tiny bit. That's why we got the whistle. 1:20 to go, first period, no score. Puck is kept in by Garrett Cameron. Backhanded down low. Kept in rather by Cameron Thayer. Raiders have that floater out there. They've tried to do it. This time it is Boston Patorti at center ice. Couldn't get the pass to him. Now here's McNamara. McNamara backhands it down low. Nobody there for the Crimson Tide, though, as we're into the final minute of the period. Spalding crashes the corner. Brad Mannery unable to get it out. Now they do get it out. It's backhanded in by Patorti. Puck is picked up by the Crimson Tide's Cameron Thayer. Thayer's breakout pass to Pelletier. Now a crisp pass bounced off the stick of Camden Burke. Malnati will fire it down low. It'll deflect off Malnati. He'll keep it in the zone. Only 10 seconds to go, period. He throws it toward the front of the net. Cooley will bank it off the boards. Rutland again with a player towards center ice. Couldn't get that pass to Ryder, and the first period comes to an end. A scoreless first period from the Barrie BOR between Rutland and the Spalding Crimson Tide.
This game is made possible by the Barrie Montpelier Times-Argus, www.timesargus.com, with award-winning sports and news journalists located on 47 North Main Street, Suite 200 in Barrie, Vermont. You can reach them at 479-0191. The Barrie Montpelier Times-Argus is real local news that matters to Central Vermonters. Central Vermont's newspaper of record. That's www.timesargus.com.
After a scoreless first period, shots in that first period were fairly close. Crimson Tide with 8 shots, or make that 10 shots on goal for the Crimson Tide, 6 for the Rutland Raiders in the first period, just 1 penalty in the first period. Jim Severance along with our producer Ben Brown and our cameraman Michael Deering. High school hockey action on cbtsport.net. It is Senior Day, and I do want to say hello to a lot of the parents that check out the games. And Brady Lamberti's grandparents are checking out the broadcast. I believe we have one set in South Carolina and one set in Florida. Appreciate their chance to check out the broadcast and see Senior Day here from the Barrie BOR. Had a chance to talk with Brady's dad just a couple of moments ago. Definitely a great crowd here at the Barrie BOR coming out for the Senior Day as they're saluting the 5 Spalding seniors. And we had the girls game earlier with 3 seniors on that squad. Crimson Tide meeting around the bench, getting ready for second period action. Spalding has also juggled up their lines a little bit for this game. Top unit, they put Lamberti on the top line, and they put Otis down on the second line. We'll see if they do that for the second period as Chad Burke mixing things up. Jameson Mast ready to take the draw at center ice. Open the second period against Cooley for the Raiders. And we are underway with second period action. Goes down into the Tide zone. Goes off the stick of McNamara. It's fired down low by Good. Now it's Mast in his own zone. Breakout pass is knocked down as they're trying to get that one to Lamberti. Cameron Thayer around the boards. This time they do get a nice breakout pass. It goes to Solomon. Solomon tries to dish that puck over to Lamberti. Graham Seidner gets there first. Now it's thrown out in front. Loose puck for the Crimson Tide. Solomon with a whack at it, and sprawling out is Noah Bruno Messo to come up with the save. Both teams will change things up. Raiders win the face-off. They try to bank it off the glass. And picked up by Cresco. Cresco will fire it down. Puck will be picked up in back of the net by Lokes. Lokes around the boards, kept in though by Parker. His shot is deflected. Now Lokes again tries to work it around. Cresco keeps it in with his skates though. Puck goes in back of the net. They go back to Averill Parker again. Now it's Otis in back of the net. Otis stops, gets a shot off. That is knocked down on the way in by William Alexander, kept in by Parker. His shot from the point is knocked down. And the Raiders break out the other way. Shot, though, is going to be blocked by Cresco. Second shot, Longfellow has the angle covered. Now they center it out front for a split second. Puck deflects wide. Raiders try to move the puck around again. They get it over to Alexander. He throws it through. There's no one there. Otis stops. And the puck is going to be backhanded in by Rutland. Here's Trevor Arsenault. Nice move around one player. Arsenault goes over the blue line. In to help it. Solomon goes back to Arsenault. Fired a shot. And I think he thought it might have gone in. It went high off the goaltender, Noah Brunamesso. Now the Rutland Raiders. It's Patorti along the boards. Thrown back down by Lamberti. Cross ice pass. Malnati has it. Here's Mast. Mast with Otis, or with Lamberti rather. Thrown out front. Goaltender was briefly obstructed, but the shot went off him. It was a rebound, came out. Crimson Tide couldn't get a second shot though. Now Lamberti in back of the net. Pinching in is Hawkins. Mast now with the puck. Looks for an open player. Gets it to Lamberti for the shot. That goes off the blocker. A second shot was through the net. Brunamesso made a great save with the blocker. Great pressure by the Crimson Tide, and the puck is iced. 11:49 to go in the second period. Still no score. Crimson Tide will bring their third unit out there. Pelletier with Booten and Cameron Burke, although they've been mixing lines. Puck goes down into the Spalding Crimson Tide zone. That'll be an icing on the Rutland Raiders. Earlier this season during the girls' game, I had a lengthy explanation how this squad became the Ravens for I think less than a year. But the school board got together in Vegas and decided, hey, we want to go back to the original Raiders. Townspeople spoke, and the school board responded, and they went from Ravens back to Raiders. A shot from the point. It's loose in front, and sprawling out is Noah Brunamesso. The good thing is I don't think they ever redid the logo or bought jerseys or anything with Ravens on it. So there wasn't any big expense when the Raiders came back, busting into the zone. Crimson Tide get there first, though. It's McNamara. Off the glass, fired back in by Graham Sider. Now again, it's kept in. And back of the net, though, Crimson Tide will get there first. Mason Otis busting for the puck. However, the Raiders keep it in. Now I juggle my memory. I almost said Ravens. Let's stick to the hockey as skating in. Here's McNamara. McNamara blue line. He comes in. Beautiful shuttle pass with one hand toward the front of the net. Only problem, nobody there for the Crimson Tide. It's Cooley in back of the net. Cooley gets it over to Downs. Downs can't get it out. Crimson Tide keep it in. Shot is wide. Arsenault back in the net. Tries to pick up the puck. Picked up by Rutland. And here comes Cooley. This is Patrick Cooley skating in. Puck is stripped away. With him was another player. That was Greg Olson. Cooley and Olson had a chance. And the Crimson Tide will go the other way. Thayer, nice drop pass to Arsenault. He goes right through a shot and a save by Bruta Messo. Trevor Arsenault with a nice chance. Now here comes Rutland. Skating out of the zone. It's fired in by Boyle. Goes all the way down. Boyle in the corner with Cresco. Boyle comes out with the puck. Now Solomon works it out of the zone. Solomon is going to come on 2-on-1 with Jameson Mast. Mast is in and can't get the shot off. That looked like a great chance for Spalding, but they came up with nothing on that opportunity. Puck stays in. Solomon again in back of the net. Solomon circles around, gets by one player. Puck is knocked away. Cresco will knock the puck down though. Now it's Ryan with the puck. Ryan starts the breakout for the Raiders. Goes down into the Tide zone. That's going to be icing. 9:01 to go in the second period. So far we're scoreless. Crimson Tide have had a couple of good looks here in this second period. Puck in back of the net. Raiders trying to get a pass over to Good. And Aiden Good will skate it over center ice. Will fire it in. Puck is almost stolen away by Solomon. Jameson Solomon is in. He lets a shot go and it's blocked by the goaltender and cleared wide. As I mentioned, the Tide have had some good looks. Now here's Patrick Cooley. Cooley goes the other way, but the puck is taken right back by the Crimson Tide. Now Lamberti breaks in. 2-on-2. Lamberti tried to get that to Mast, and it's going to be thrown out by the Raiders, and that's going to be icing on the Rutland Raiders. Both teams will change things up. A little more speed, a little more open hockey here in the second period. But so far, zeros sitting on the scoreboard. It's Booten goes back to the point for McNamara. Firing through, couple of chances for the Crimson Tide. Goaltender is down. And Garrett Cameron was in front. Cameron was there for a chance, and I think Pelletier was the other chance. Now the puck trickles over a stick. Beautiful save. Loose puck, and they score! Picking up the rebound is McNamara, and the Crimson Tide lead it by a score of 1-0. They had some chances there, and Noah Brutomesso made some nice saves, but the rebound trickled out, and there was room there for McNamara, and as you see on our highlight, he buried it. That comes at the 7:51 mark of the second period. Crimson Tide get on the scoreboard on McNamara's goal. Crimson Tide now in their own zone. Will start the breakout looking for Arsenault. Couple of Raiders there pinch in. Now Thayer comes out over the blue line. Booten and Peliquin get the assists on the McNamara goal, giving the Crimson Tide a 1-0 lead. They get a goal out of their third line. I've said that all season long. Secondary scoring, key to the Spalding Crimson Tide, and they get it with their first goal. Now the Raiders break the other way into the Crimson Tide zone. Shot is blocked though. Aiden Good goes into the corner. Puck is centered and cleared quickly by the Crimson Tide. Now another shot goes over in the corner. Kresko can't get it out. Overskated, and here come the Crimson Tide the other way. Here's Arsenal. Arsenal goes wide, cuts toward the front of the net. Didn't have a shooting angle because Lokes was blocking that angle, but he got a shot off anyway. Trevor Arsenal again tries to throw it through. That time he was looking for Thayer. Malnati ready to fire the shot, but his stick is lifted. Now it's Lokes. Looks for the breakout. Lokes fires it out to Ryder, but taken away by Solomon. Goes over his stick. Now here's Cooley. Cooley's got some speed as he's ready to make his move. The puck trickles off his stick though. Unable to make that move on Longfellow. And Solomon goes the other way. Solomon circles, tries to throw it out front. He throws it to Mast and he buries it. Beautiful setup for the Crimson Tide. And they have scored 2 goals in a minute 30 span. And they take a 2-0 lead on the goal from senior Jameson Mast on senior day here at the Barrie BOR. We will pick up the official scoring on that. I thought it was Solomon that fed it to him, but we'll get the official scoring. I could have been incorrect on that one. You certainly saw it, though, on the highlight that we just played back. Rutland Raiders down 2 now. We'll see how they respond. Crimson Tide bank it off the boards. And it's going to be thrown back into the Crimson Tide zone. Almost a breakout pass. Camden Burke heading into the zone. That is going to be icing, though, on the Spalding Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide goal scored by number 16, Jameson Mast. Assisted by number 8, Brady Lamberty, and number 6, Nathan Morris. Time of the goal, 8:56 of the second period.
Lamberty gets the primary assist on that. And I believe the secondary assist was from Nathan Morris as Spalding working all their players in. Oh, there's a centering pass and a save by Longfellow. Alexander had a great chance there for the Raiders. Alexander will try to dig it out of the corner. Puck is going to be kept in. Shot from the point from Brad Mannery is wide in the net. It's going to go down in to the Crimson Tide zone. Otis with speed. Otis in the corner along with Downs. Crimson Tide keep it in. They find Parker for the open shot. Parker fires it in front. Otis was looking for a redirect. Just missed there, making it 3-0. And here's Alexander over the blue line. 2 defenders back, though. Alexander waiting for some help. Raiders on a changeup. They tried to throw that through the front of the net to Boston Patorti. Couldn't connect. Here's Kresko now with Arsenal. His shot goes high off the glass. Puck is going to be fired down low. Puck will be picked up by Ryan and back in the net. Crimson Tide keep it in. Rutland had that player near center ice. It was Patorti again, but here's Solomon weaving through. Jameson Solomon. Shot goes off Brutomesso. Lamberti tries to dig it out of the corner. Here's Jameson Mast. Crimson Tide now working the corners as they go back to Mast to Lamberti. Now they go back to the point. Going to wind one from the point. It's wide of the net. Parker will chip it down low. Lamberti and back in the net picks up the puck. Lamberti works it over to Mast. Now they go back to Kresko. Crimson Tide controlling the corners almost like they're on a power play, but they're not. Now the puck is going to be taken away by Rutland. Kept in though. Kresko throws it out front for a redirect for Lamberti. Just missed. Thrown out in front again. This time the Crimson Tide can't get a stick on it. And Raiders definitely were wilted out there. Look at a changeup. Raiders got caught out there a little too long, and the Crimson Tide put a ton of pressure on goaltender Noah Bruno Messo. If I'm not mistaken, only, looking at the bench, he's the only goalie on the roster for the Rutland Raiders. Puck is banked into the Crimson Tide zone. Malnati in the corner. One of the seniors on senior day getting quite a battle from Cameron Ryder. Raiders will keep it in. Aiden Good circles in the corner, battling with Malnati again. The two number 5s go at it. Raiders come away with the puck. Backhand it down low. Good now cuts toward the front of the net, and Longfellow has to make a save. Strong shift there from the sophomore forward, Aiden Good, for the Rutland Raiders. Didn't give up on that and got himself a scoring opportunity. Down to 2:50 to go in the second period. Spalding Crimson Tide with 2 in the second period to take a 2-0 lead over the Rutland Raiders. And we're going to see a Crimson Tide penalty. Didn't see the signal on that, but going into the penalty box for the Crimson Tide, it's Graydon Hawkins. Raiders get a power play. They win the faceoff. Puck is kind of golfed over into the corner. Now Rutland will try to set up. They go back to the point for Downs. Had a player in front for the redirector. Was Alexander. The Hawkins penalty was for cross-checking. Just second penalty of the game. As a fan or a broadcaster, no complaints with that. We had the same thing in the girls' game earlier. Very few penalties. Short-handed, Otis burns into the zone. Otis harassing as skating out is Ryder. Puck is tipped away. Here's Downs again. Now skating in, circling around, couple of moves by Boyle. Looking to set things up. Well, the Rutland Raiders, they do establish control in the Tide zone. Now they drop it off. Now they're going to go down low. Looking for the give and go for a shot, and Longfellow with the save. They got it back to Ryder. Ryder, a bit of a playmaker that time. Made a couple of moves, dished it off, got the puck back for the shot. But Longfellow there for the save. They will bring now Cooley, who I believe is their top goal scorer, out on the power play. Cooley wins the draw. It goes back to the point for Lokes. Now they bank it around. Crimson Tide able to get a stick on it, though, and clear it down. Only 40 to go on the power play. Only 1:35 to go second period. Here comes Cooley over center ice. Lost control, though, and it's going to be thrown back down by the Crimson Tide. Raiders will break it again into the Spalding zone. They get it to Patrick Cooley. Crimson Tide converge on him, though Cooley is going to hang on to the puck into the corner, circle back. He throws it back to the point, but it's going to go over the stick of Anders Lokes all the way down into the Crimson Tide zone. Only 7 to go on the power play. Looks like Spalding's going to kill this one off. Last gasp, though, for the Raiders. They break into the zone, trying to dish that puck off. It was good over to Cooley. Couldn't get a quality shot, and the Crimson Tide will kill off the power play. .40 seconds to go in the second period. Spalding Crimson Tide with 2 goals to take a 2-0 lead. Senior day here at the Barrie BOR. Face-off win by the Raiders. They go back to the point. Good job there by the Spalding Crimson Tide's Cameron Thayer to block a shot. Otherwise, they had an open player in front for Rutland. Here's Trevor Arsenal, tries to do the self-pass off the boards, but Wide Awake picks that right off. This time they go over to Jameson Mast. Mast cuts toward the front of the net. Tries to go near side on the goaltender, Bruto Messo, just missed. Now Thayer grabs the puck, throws it right out front for a couple of whacks, and they score! Spalding Crimson Tide work the puck out front. And third try, the goaltender is out of position. And the Crimson Tide pop it in the empty corner. And they have exploded now for 3 in this period on the McNamara goal. That's his second of the game. And Spalding leads it, as I mentioned, by a score of 3-0. And wow, that comes with only 3 seconds to go in the period. Tough goal to give up if you're the Raiders, especially with 3 seconds to go. And the period comes to an end. Although there's going to be a Spalding Crimson Tide penalty. And they will start the third period shorthanded as the Spalding player got the stick up. And the Rutland player who caught a little bit of the stick is up on the ice. He will skate off. Second period or third period. So it'll be a 2-minute penalty on the Crimson Tide to close out this period. We'll stay right here and get the assist on the McNamara goal, as well as your shots and the penalty description. And then we'll take a break and come back with third period action. Referees having a chat with the Spalding bench. Crimson Tide exploding for 3 goals here in the second period after a scoreless first. And they've taken a 3-0 lead, 2 from McNamara and 1 from Mast for the Crimson Tide. As they get ready for the postseason, Crimson Tide will be the number 6 seed. They will take on the number 3 seed Essex Hornets. That'll be at Essex, and that game won't be until next week. All the information about where the game is going to be at Essex, but when the game will be, all that information will be released by the Vermont Principals Association. Usually they do it about noon or so on a Thursday. We'll find out. And for folks listening to this broadcast, it will be a different streaming company, but it will be streamed by the Essex company. And I'm sure if you have friends and family that follow the games, you can get that link. You can always send me an email at my email address, jimseverance@icloud.com, jimseverance@icloud.com, and I would certainly send you the link. We won't be doing that game, unfortunately, since it's an away game, but I can certainly send you the link for that. Waiting for the explanation on the goal scoring and the penalty, and if we don't get that, we're going to take a break. Do you have this? Okay, here we go. Can't interrupt a PA announcer. Here we go.
Assisted by number 16, Jameson Nash, and number 12, Trevor Arsenault. Time of the goal, 14:57. Spalding penalty to number 20, Reese Lear, 5-minute major and game misconduct or spearing.
Okay, so you caught that. That could play very prominently, as at center ice, it wasn't a high stick, it was spearing, which is a 5-minute major. So Reese Thayer gets the 5-minute major to start the third period. So the Rutland Raiders will come out, they're down 3-0, but they're going to have a shot 5 minutes against the Spalding Crimson Tide with a 5-on-4 due to the penalty, basically the period-ending spearing incident that happened at center ice. We will take a break and we'll come back with our third period after 2. Spalding leads it by a score of 3-0 over Rutland.
is Wednesday, February 9. I'm here with Spalding Athletic Director and Class of 2000 graduate Natalie Sofin. Natalie, it has been an extraordinary season for winter sports. Super successful. What's been going on? How have we pulled this off?
I think after coming from last year and having a limited winter schedule, kids were really eager to get out there and compete in front of their family and friends and the community. So I think that's been a really driving force. And having a full schedule has been exciting as well, even though you never know when you're actually going to play those games. We've had some cancellations here and there, and we quickly pivot, and everyone's been really, really flexible with doing that. And we're looking forward for the next, couple weeks of regular season, and then headed into playoffs where we're going to hopefully host a whole bunch of games.
It's really picking up now, and I think just the fact that these last couple of months, kids have been able to be kids, compete, have their families participate and watch the games. It's just been awesome. We're going to take a moment or two now to hear from the captains themselves. Wait till you hear what they have to say about how successful this season's been. Let's check that out.
I'm Nick Pierce. I'm from the wrestling team, and we're 11-0 right now. We've won 4 tournaments, and we're getting ready for our state tournament here to break a record that's been going for 34 years, so we're pretty excited.
Right, my name's Autumn. I'm senior, and I'm captain of the girls varsity basketball team. Our current record is 11-4, and we only have 2 weeks left before the playoffs. We've been playing great team basketball this year, and it's really fun to play with these girls, and I hope to see you all at the Odd.
Hi, I'm Cooper Diego. I'm the captain of the boys varsity basketball team. So far, we are 11-2 on the season, sitting at the 4th spot in D2. I'd like to shout out the seniors. They've all been playing well with energy, and our senior game is February 21st, and we're looking forward to playoffs.
Hi, my name is Zoe Tewksbury. I'm captain of the Spalding girls hockey team. We're currently 13-1, outscoring opponents 87-16. Stay tuned for the rest of our season. Thank you for your support.
Hi, I'm Jameson Mass, captain of the boys hockey team. I'm Jameson Solomon, captain of the boys hockey team. We have a 5-9 record this year, and we're moving up in the rankings, so it's been a good year. We're gonna make a deep playoff run this year. Yep.
Hi, my name's Noah Rubel, and I'm one of the co-captains on the indoor track team. We had a nice season this year. We had a bit of a smaller team, but it was still really nice to work together, and it was super fun. Hopefully things will be good in preparation for outdoors this year.
Well, thanks for listening to these captains, everybody. What a season, and it's so great to hear directly from them. I know this, they are super thankful to one of the big heroes in our community, our Spalding Athletic Director, Natalie Sofin, who was here at the beginning of this showcase with me. At the risk of embarrassing her, I want to point out the incredible job she has done this winter to make sure our students can play every week, not miss games, and that we have full capacity for our spectators in the stands. Without Natalie, this wouldn't happen. So when you see her, give her a big shout out and thank you for the season that we're having right now. And speaking of that, with the playoffs coming and the season's winding up, one of the great ways that you can support our schools is to come to the home games, cheer the kids on. This is a great opportunity to show your support for the schools. We know that the kids will appreciate it and love having you there. You also have an opportunity to support our schools by voting before vacation. If you look at the link right below me here, it shows you how to get an absentee ballot, and you can vote before March 1 if that's easier for you. We really need your support, and we always appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Get out to the games, cheer the kids on. Have a great rest of the week.
This game is made possible by the Barry Montpelier Times-Argus, www.timesargus.com, with award-winning sports and news journalists located on 47 North Main Street, Suite 200 in Barry, Vermont. You can reach them at 479-0191. The Barry Montpelier Times-Argus is real local news that matters to Central Vermonters. Central Vermont's newspaper of record. That's www.timesargus.com.
Northfield Savings Bank is the bank of builders, makers, doers, and explorers, multitaskers, commuters, planners. In other words, we are the bank of you and everything you do. With mobile and online banking, drive-up service, and of course, in our branches. That is banking your way. That is Northfield Savings Bank.
All Set Driving School. All Set Driving School offers 3 teen driver's education class sessions, spring, summer, and fall. With DMV certified instructors, contact them by phone 371-9293 or email allsetdrive@aol.com. All Set Driving School, a proud supporter of U32 basketball and Central Vermont sport.
Tournament Specialties is a proud sponsor of local area high school sports. If your team or business needs assistance in designing the perfect look, give them a call. Whether you're looking for a one-color tee, shirt design, or multicolor designs on your garments, Tournament Specialties can help. They do professional embroidery work also. If you don't have an existing logo, no problem. They will help you create an embroidered logo from concept to completion and can stitch on everything from shirts to jackets to duffel bags and blankets. Jeff and his crew take pride in their quality work and guarantee your happiness. Tournament Specialties also offers online storefronts. If your company or team is looking for a great fundraising opportunity, Tournament Specialties can help with no upfront risk to the organization and no minimum order requirements. Give them a call today to inquire. Jeff Apfel of Tournament Specialties on 64 Cherrywood Drive, Barrie, Vermont. Reach them at tournamentdesigns@gmail.com, 802-272-7572.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
Made possible by locally owned Packard Fuels, located in East Montpelier, Vermont. Packard Fuels is a proud supporter of local athletics and community events. Packard Fuels provides home heating oil and service throughout Central Vermont. Owned by Ellery Packard III, Packard Fuels, 802-262-3835. Packard Fuels, keeping you warm.
The 5-minute power play. Raiders now coming out on the ice. Final game of the regular season for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Final home game this season as Spalding will hit the road for the playoffs. The goal scoring in this one, all in the second period. Kieran McNamara scored from Tyler Booton and Evan Peliquin. Then it was Jameson Mast from Brady Lamberti and Nathan Morris. And then late in the period, McNamara gets a second from Mast and Trevor Arsenal. And that's where we stand. Crimson Tide lead up by a score of 3-0. But again, we had the late penalty, the sparing penalty on the Crimson Tide. An altercation at center ice. I talked with a couple of people around the rink, and to be honest, I didn't see it because the period was coming to an end. A stick got up high, and they called the sparing penalty on the Crimson Tide. And as far as the number in the penalty box, to be honest, he's sitting down. I didn't catch, it looks like number 7, Miles Emmons. But he's normally not out on the ice, but he is in the box for the Crimson Tide. So anyway, Rutland gets their chance. Folks listening to the game in Vegas, this is your chance. 5-minute power play. Down 3 though. Jameson Mast, a nice drop pass and a quick shot and a glove save. Short-handed attempt. Opportunity for the Spalding Crimson Tide right after the face-off. Face-off again won by the Crimson Tide. They are short-handed. Now here's Graham. Seidner starts the breakout. Puck is stripped away though by Solomon. Now they get it on the stick of Boston Patorti. Patorti stops. He's going to try to set things up. No, he's going to fire a shot through. Knocked down by the Crimson Tide. Spalding able to pick up the puck and clear it out just out of the reach of Anders Lokes. Here comes Rutland again into the Tide zone. They will stop. Moving around is Good. Aiden Good. Good circles. Good is going to go back to the point. Puck is kept in, but it's going to go on a Tide stick. And 1 minute of this penalty has already been killed. Rutland Raiders, and Cooley will skate it out. Cooley with speed. Cooley stops. One-timer is wide of the net. Longfellow looks in back in the corner. They center it, and Longfellow gets the pad over quickly, and he is able to stop Patrick Cooley, who's on the doorstep. Out to take the draw is Boyle. McNamara's having a big game. 2 goals for the Crimson Tide. Short-handed. Will fire it out. Puck deflects out of play though. It'll be Boyle again on the draw for the Raiders. Goes on a Spalding stick. Back to center ice. Ryder with a cross ice pass. Raiders will work it into the zone. Over Griffin Mellon. Mellon in the corner. And fired back out by the Crimson Tide. Otis steals the puck in the corner. Grant Otis continues to harass a player. Now it gets on the stick of Cooley. Cooley is going to skate out for the Raiders. He has some help now from Patorti. Cooley circles again. Shot goes off Longfellow. There's the save. Deflected over into the corner. Good will try to dig it out. And it is going to go over the blue line. Raiders will have to clear the zone again. Cooley, nice drop pass over to Lokes. Lokes comes in. Crimson Tide jamming away at the puck, and again it's going to go out to neutral ice. Half of the major penalty has been killed. Now they try to work the puck to Patorti, and here's a short-handed attempt for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Solomon is in, makes his move. There's open area, couldn't get the shot off, and Spalding will hustle to get back as Good breaks the other way. Good throws it right out front. The puck trickles around. Longfellow has the angle, and the puck is going to deflect right over the Spalding bench out of play. Solomon came in with a good shorthanded scoring opportunity. Made his move. The goalie stayed with him for most of it, though. Brutomesso stayed with it, and by the time Solomon got the puck back on his stick, he had no angle to put that puck in the net. Puck goes over the blue line. It is almost stolen by Solomon. He's taken down. Spalding bench looking for a call. They don't get it. 1:31 now to go on the major penalty. And offsides as Cameron Ryder goes over the blue line. Crimson Tide looking for their 8th win of the season. They would be 8-12. And Rutland looking to snap a long losing streak, but they're going to have to put the puck in the net. Down 3 goals with this power play, down to now 114. Raiders work the corners. Nice drop pass. Now they work it far side, but there's a battle going on in front of the net. William Alexander. And a huge battle with the Crimson Tide's Aiden Cresco. It's almost like a boxing match. And Rutland brings it out front and they score a power play goal. As they work the puck around. And while I'm watching more of the boxing match, pushing match in front of the net, popping the goal in is Cameron Ryder, and it's 3-1. So Rutland gets at least one with the major penalty. And they still have 50 seconds on the major penalty. 3-1. Referees in a brief discussion. Right now, Brian Collmore, one of the officials, talking with the Spalding box. There's no call on the ice, though. Still 50, like I say, on the major penalty. Talking now with Chad Burke. The Spalding penalty was a game misconduct. So the player in the box is just serving the penalty. Spalding's number 7, Miles Emmons. We'll get the official announcement on the goal as soon as it comes over the PA, but for the time being, the Raiders are still on a power play. They get it over to Cooley. Cooley is over the blue line, cuts in, one defender back. Cooley with a shot. It deflects off Longfellow and he scores. We have got a game now. Patrick Cooley, we talked about him in our opener. One of the big goal scorers. And his shot deflects off Longfellow and trickles in. And all of a sudden, at the 10:34 mark, where look, the Crimson Tide looked for a while like the Crimson Tide are going to relatively easily kill off this 5-minute major penalty. Just the opposite. Rutland's got 2.
First Rutland goal scored on the power play by number 23. Cameron Ryder, unassisted, time of the goal 4-11. Second Rutland goal on the power play was scored by number 9, Patrick Cooley, assisted by number 12. Anders Lopes, number 14. That goal is 4:26.
Lopes gets the assist on the Cooley goal, and it was Cameron Ryder with the other goal as it continues on. So penalized player is back on. Here's Lamberti. One player back, Brady Lamberti, a shot and a save by Noah Brunamesso. So we've got a tight one here at the Barrie BOR. Plenty of time, 10 minutes to go. 2 power play goals for the Rutland Raiders, and they've cut the Spalding lead to 3-2. Raiders break it out. It's Olsen. Puck taken right back, though, by the Crimson Tide. Otis battling with Jacob Downs along the boards. Raiders come away with it. Olsen fires it in. Crimson Tide will get there first. Breakout pass over to Otis. Otis tried to snap that pass over to Burke. Now it's going to be thrown down low. Parker in back of his own net. Parker banks it off the boards. Looking for Otis. Otis tried to toss that one again out to Burke. It's going to come in on Longfellow. He's going to have to cover it up. Raiders get an offensive zone face-off. They're only down 1. Griffin Mellon on the draw for the Rutland Raiders. It's McNamara in back of the net. Gets it over to Peliquin, who's assisted on a tied goal. Peliquin fires it out to center ice. Going to be picked up by Ethan Wideawake. Wideawake off the boards. Bouncing puck as the Raiders try to work it into the Crimson Tide zone, but the puck is going to be thrown back out to center ice. Puck is stolen away. Raiders a potential break. Longfellow has to flash a little leather as Griffin Mellon came in with a good scoring opportunity. It'll be Cooley to take the draw, scored the second goal, and he does draw it back to the point to Graham Seidner, but taken right back now in back of the net, trying to center the puck is good. Now it's banked off the boards. Puck is thrown down. It's going to go on the stick, though, of Hawkins. Hawkins works around. Lamberti tries to backhand it out. Rutland definitely playing with more energy since cutting the lead to 1. Here is Solomon as an open player to Lamberti. Lamberti cuts, throws it toward the front of the net. Solomon couldn't get a stick on it. And the puck is going to go into the netting. Both teams will change things up. 7:50 to go, third period. Crimson Tide up by 1 on Rutland. Otis on the draw with Ryder. Puck is kept in by Parker. Now the Raiders come away with the puck. It's going to go back, though, to Otis. Almost a breakaway pass, and Trevor Arsenault is going to come in clean, and he fires it over the net. They got Trevor Arsenault in. The shot was over the net. Now Burke tries to force it toward the front, and Otis picks up the puck, and on senior night, the senior Otis gets a big one. And the Spalding Crimson Tide take a 4-2 lead. Now Solomon's shot is blocked over into the corner. Arsenault draws the assist on the Otis goal. Now it goes over the stick of Solomon. Mast will pick up the puck. Jameson Mast back to Solomon. Mast will try to dig it out of the corner. A couple of Raiders there. Now it goes down low to Lamberti. Lamberti around the net. Lamberti throws it back. Mast in back of the net. Tries to tip that toward the front. Along the boards, Crimson Tide will try to keep it in. They fire it down low. Puck is going to be picked up by Wideawake. Wideawake will bank it off, but that'll be icing. Certainly a game of spurts. Rutland Raiders, after those 2 goals, had jump. But the Crimson Tide come back, and now the last minute or so, coming off the Crimson Tide goal, Spalding has controlled the game. Peliquin wins the draw back to Hawkins. He winds one up. That is blocked on the way in. I think getting a piece of that puck was Ryder. Chasing for the puck, but the Crimson Tide are going to get there first. Raiders will have to clear the zone quickly. Now the Spalding Crimson Tides. Garrett Cameron goes over the blue line. Crimson Tide, though, were offsides. Down to 5:59 to go, third period. Tied up by 2. Otis, who just expanded the lead, will take the draw against Cooley. Now Cresco fires it over. Crimson Tide try to get that puck. Burke was ahead of the play. Camden Burke, number 2 for the Tide. Couldn't get that puck to him. Now it's stolen away, stripped away. Trying to get around a player is Arsenal, but it goes right back. And I was going to say that's going to be a Crimson Tide penalty. It is not. Raiders will start again. Lokes now, nice pass as he gets it over to Ryder. Ryder circles around, Ryder in back of the net. Puck is stripped away though by the Crimson Tide. Coming out of the corner, couple of chances at the last second though, the puck was knocked away. Nice move there, but Cooley lost the puck for the final second as he's trying to get a shot off. Here is Cresco, going to get the netting on that shot. Under 5 minutes to go. Senior day at the Barrie BOR. Spalding Crimson Tide hoping to close out the home hockey season with a victory. Not decided yet, but they are up by 2 on Rutland. Here's McNamara. Gets it over to Otis, over to Jameson Mass. Mass tries to get around the defender. Boyle. Puck is going to be fired down low, but McNamara will get there first. Stops in back of the net. Banking it off the boards, looking for Solomon. Solomon ridden into the boards. Now Mast is going to pick up the puck. Had Solomon in front of the net, couldn't get it to him. Second chance. Puck is going to be kept in by Lamberti. Lamberti goes to Mast in back of the net. Mast looks. Goes down low to Solomon. Solomon back to Lamberti. On senior day, the 3 seniors playing together on this line. Puck is taken away, though, by Rutland, but it's going to be kept in by a charging McNamara. Puck will go down into the Crimson Tide zone. 2 players battle. That'll be an ice, though. 3:47 to go. Crimson Tide up by 2. They will change things up. It'll be Evan Peliquin to take the draw. There's a shot in front of the net and they score! The Spalding Crimson Tide work it out front. And that is the second goal this game for the 3rd unit for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Goal is going to be scored by the Crimson Tide's Tyler Booten. Hard work for the Spalding Crimson Tide, and Booten will get it. Got to credit his line mates, though, for just working hard out front. It'll be Otis waved out. It'll be Arsenal now on the face-off with Mellon. Here's Trevor Arsenal. Puck is taken away by Rutland. Oh, it's Garrett Cameron.
John Malnati. Time of the goal, 11:19 in the 3rd period.
So Garrett Cameron gets it from Malnati. Gave credit to Tyler Booth because he ran through the line first, but he was pumped. But anyway, a great goal by that 3rd line. Now a shot goes off the pad, goes over into the corner. Now the Raiders get the puck up, but it's stripped away by the Crimson Tide. They did get it on the stick of Patorti. Battling for it. Here's Arsenal. Stripped right back, though, by Good. Good with a nice move around one player. Good now tries to work it down low. It's kept in at the point, kept in by Seidner. Now it's Malnati in the corner. They throw it right out front. Longfellow had the angle covered. First shot may have deflected off the pad, and he gloves the second. 2:22 to go, third period. Rutland cut it to 3-2 with a couple of power play goals on a major penalty to start the period. But the Crimson Tide have pocketed 2 after that, and they brought back the 3-goal lead. Crimson Tide in back of the net. It is Carson Lewis working it out. Emmons now fires it out to Peliquin. It's going to go out over the blue line. Now the Raiders break it right back in. Cross-ice pass is knocked down by the Crimson Tide, and Emmons will fire it back out to center ice. .139 to go. Lewis fires it back down for the Crimson Tide as they get more bodies out there this game. Here's Cooley trying to go end-to-end. Puck is stripped away by Lamberti. Now a nice drop pass. Lamberti with a shot. Juicy rebound. Second shot by Otis, following it up is blocked. Third shot rings the post and goes in. Malnati on senior day from the point. Caught the inside of the post, and it's 6-2. Check out that one on the highlight. Quick in, quick out. .110 to go. Spalding up by 4. Here's Malnati. Otis with the assist on Malnati's goal to make it 6-2. 37 seconds to go. Lamberti drops it to Solomon. Solomon tries to get a shot off. Loose puck in front, and it's under the pad, jammed loose. Crimson Tide try to throw it out front, and Solomon gets one. Another senior scores for the Crimson Tide with only 23 seconds to go. Jameson Solomon makes it 7-2. Quite a senior day for the Spalding Crimson Tide. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 4 of the 5 seniors have scored. Here's Lamberti, who cuts toward the front of the net, tries to maneuver in, goes down. Net is knocked off the moorings. Yeah, of the seniors, Mass, Otis, Malnati, and Solomon have all scored. And Lamberti, the other senior, has an assist. Great senior day for the Crimson Tide, trying to do a wraparound. It's loose in front again. Raiders will clear the puck out. Only 4 seconds to go. And the game comes to an end. Spalding Crimson Tide mob Ian Longfellow as they win their final game of the season on the home ice with a big third period after Rutland got back into the game at 3-2. Spalding Crimson Tide reel off 4 straight goals, and they come away with a 7-2 win over the Rutland Raiders. Crimson Tide's final game on the BOR ice as some of the players skate over to the fan area and give some high fives to the fans. Crimson Tide will be hitting the road for the playoffs as they will play, pending outcomes, probably the Essex Hornets on the road, and that game will be next week. We will recap your scoring after a scoreless first period. Crimson Tide with 3 in the second period. Jameson Mast from Brady Lamberti and Nathan Morris. Let's get your game shots. Crimson Tide 38 shots, Rutland 20. McNamara with the first goal from Tyler Booton and Peliquin, then Jameson Mast from Lamberti and Morris. McNamara from Mast and Trevor Arsenault after 1. Spalding, that was in the second period. After 2, the Crimson Tide had a 3-0 lead. Rutland comes back with a couple. Cameron Ryder unassisted, and then Patrick Cooley scored. Both of those are on the power play with Spalding serving a 5-minute major. All of a sudden we had a game at 3-2, but the Crimson Tide put it away with goals from Mason Otis, Garrett Cameron, Malnati, and Jameson Solomon. And that's your final score as the Crimson Tide win it by a score of 7-2 over Rutland. This is our final broadcast from the Barry BOR, so I want to thank